That's the first picture Mommy and Daddy saw of you.
We had 3 children of our own, and then they were pretty much grown and independent, and we decided to go back and follow a lifetime dream of mine to adopt from China. So we adopted Kate, and then we adopted Ellie, and I discovered Rachel. The adoption agency said this little girl has very serious health issues, and any family that would consider adopting her needs to realize that her condition is terminal. And my answer was, aren't we all?
And then Lori looked at me and said, you know, Doug, even a dying orphan needs to be loved. I mean, in a family.
This 7-year-old little girl who had been found in a basket at a bus stop when she was about 9 months old, literally dying. She was taken to a hospital in Shanghai, and the doctors discovered that she had hypoplastic right heart syndrome.
Rachel had been on the list for 3 years. They listed her when she was 4 years old.
China might not have any hope, but we believe there might be hope here. And we actually called, the first name we were given was Dr. Bleiweis. He took our call, called us late at night, and talked to us about Rachel. And he said, I believe there's hope.
And I felt like we were his treasured patients even before we ever were a patient of his, you know, with Rachel. From the very beginning, we knew all they cared about was our daughter's health. And this guy's a rock star in my book. I mean, like, he is like off the charts. What they did for Rachel, they bypassed that bad area of the heart to go directly into the lungs. And so she's gravity fed in there instead of pumped in there because her pumps don't work, basically.
The hope was that they would follow with a second surgery and could hold her off for a heart transplant until she was an adult. But a few months later, she really went into heart failure. And so she was listed for a heart transplant 3 years ago on March 8th.
She's in uncharted territory.
There have been several times over the past 3 years of waiting for a new heart that other children obviously have gotten hearts. And we talk a lot about that. Oh, there's a heart. Oh, there was a possibility for you. It didn't work out. And I would ask her, Rachel, how does that make you feel? She would say, I think they needed it more than I did. It's okay. And I'm just like, you know, I want to push everybody else. I want her at the front of the line, and she's willing to wait. Rachel loves to play. She loves to be outside. She actually picked up a love for basketball. And she came to my husband about a year ago and said, Daddy, could I play basketball at the YMCA? We thought, oh, really, you know, you have half a heart, you're in heart failure, listed for a heart transplant, that's gonna go over big. But we said, why not?
I think what I've learned most from her is live every day.
She lives as if this is temporary, and I'm gonna make the most of every minute. And that's what she does. So Rachel probably waits for a new heart very differently than most kids wait for a new heart. She's living, she's not waiting. And I think every day she wakes up is another miracle. And so we just give thanks for each day. But we kind of feel like God used people like Dr. Bleiweis to give her some of those days, to give her more days.
People who've been blessed with resources have lots of opportunities. I mean, I know there are lots of people grabbing at people for money, but I'm just going to tell you, this heart thing is, and what the American Heart Association is doing and training doctors and helping them reach out to people who have no hope. They are almost on the verge of being a supernatural healer. And he couldn't do it, and the other doctors couldn't do what they do without the American Heart Association. And so people really need to step up and help out, because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you, but you can give it to somebody else so that life can continue on and they can pass on that knowledge to other people.
So no matter what happens in your life, you can know that God loves you and has a plan for you too. So I say never, ever, ever give up.